MotorWeek is made possible by TireRack.com and RockAuto.com.
Like storm chasers in the Midwest, we'll go to just about any length to get up close and personal with the Huracan, a Lamborghini Huracan that is. And like any weather system, they're all unique and can be unpredictable, but that's what keeps us in the hunt. So let's find out how the winds of change have evolved the Huracan. We all know that Lamborghinis tend to evolve more than the typical supercar, or at least it seems that way, as just about every year there's a new version of the Huracan. 2020 is no exception with a Lamborghini Huracan EVO. The Huracan is no longer the entry-level Lambo, that would be the Urus SUV. But rather than a new version of the Huracan, this EVO is essentially a mid-cycle refresh that collects all of the upgrades that have been added to various Huracans since it debuted for 2015. For starters, the 5.2-liter V10 comes from the Performante, rated at 631 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. So 0 to 60 arrives in the same 2.9 seconds as in the Performante. Transmission remains a 7-speed dual clutch with unique programming for each drive mode. All-wheel drive came standard with the original Huracan, but now there's all-wheel steering as well, all integrated into Lamborghini's new comprehensive LDVI Vehicle Dynamics control system. Now a complete integration of all previous systems, managing power delivery, real-time damping, and steering schemes, as well as a new brake torque vectoring system, which only adds to the tenacious grip already available. Basically, every input you make and every piece of feedback the CPU is receiving from the car gets analyzed at a rate of 50 times per second. And then the processor spits out protocols and procedures for various pieces of hardware, which of course includes the front and rear double wishbone suspension with magnetic ride control. Not only doing it more proficiently than before, but smoother as well. It all sounds incredibly high-tech and perhaps a bit pretentious, but the bottom line is it works and does so mostly imperceptibly. So you're under the impression that it's your incredible driving skills that are making this magic happen. You do have control of which drive mode you want, Strada, Sport, and Corsa for the track, of course. Now, this is not the first Huracan we've flown around Roebling Road, but it is the best one. Plain and simple, there's just more performance here without losing the easy-to-drive nature the Huracan arrived with, and one supercar you could live with on a daily basis. It's still no lightweight, despite the hybrid carbon fiber and aluminum chassis, so the standard carbon ceramic brakes definitely work overtime, decreasing speeds prior to corners, but they seem to hold up just fine. And just listening to this EVO as it streaks around the track in all of its naturally aspirated glory makes you hope that the traveling turbo salesman never finds his way to Sant'Agata Bolognese. You might even find yourself triggering shifts when you don't necessarily need to, just to go through the whole process again. Now, it would be a shame if you weren't able to let everyone know that you're driving Lamborghini's finest and greatest, so thoughtful exterior updates have been applied as well. Basically, that means new bookend, as both the front and rear get some styling changes. This entails a revised splitter and larger air intakes up front, new twin outlets for the sport exhaust system, as well as Aero tweaks, including a new active rear wing. Additional subtle alterations like the area around the side scoops keeps the traditional flying wedge form intact, yet work together to increase downforce and aerodynamic efficiency 5 times over the original Huracan. 20-inch wheels are also new, wearing Pirelli P0 rubber naturally, 245/30s in the front, 305/30s in the rear. Much about the interior is the same, but it was already a very special and quite luxurious place. There is a new 8.4-inch touchscreen on the rising center console that is so well integrated we almost missed the fact that it was new, and some updated trim as well. While we're generally not a fan of replacing manual controls with touch panels, it actually works pretty well here and not only adds a modern touch, but some uniqueness as well, eliminating a few of the all-too-obvious Audi controls. The full digital gauge display remains as cool as ever. If you are the fuel-conscious type, government fuel economy ratings are 13 city, 18 highway, and 15 combined. Pricing starts at $261,274, which is about $25,000 over where the Huracan started 5 years ago. And with the mid-cycle refresh, the rear-wheel drive version as well as the Spider drop top will be available right from the get-go. When that original Huracan arrived, it ushered in a whole new era of Lamborghini. No longer were they just temperamental eye candy, but ultra-high-performing exotics that traded in their nasty streak for daily driver comfort. This 2020 Lamborghini Huracan EVO is simply an evolution on that theme. More of everything we loved before, now it's an even easier natural selection.